What's up, guys? Here we're looking at Mesa 1. A little bit of overkill, only using 3 people and have 3 PDs. It is absolutely necessary to have 2 Pumpkin Dukes, reason being just so they can stack. But as we go through here, obviously it's pretty overkill on one, but I just wanted to show you guys. And flipping over here, this is my lower level account that I'm going to be doing some videos on. Looking at my guys here, they're, I'm using Ninja for DPS, and I'm going with random people here, which actually really sucks. You never, as you're going to see here, it takes me a while to flip through and actually get something decent. And if you want to have success, you have a Pumpkin Duke, but you keep getting thrown out, you're going to want to have him the highest level hero out there on your pad. If you don't, throw some books on him, make sure you get him up there, because people will see that. For example, right here with the dragon. And I got pretty lucky with this one, because this guy had actually lucked out and had a Pumpkin Duke there. And the rest is just history, real simple. But guys, looking at Mesa 1, you always want to start down on the bottom. Do not, and I repeat, do not go start on the very top. If you do, you're going to run into the Ice Demon. If you even have one person up there, it's going to slow everybody else down. And when that happens, death to everybody. Okay, guys, looking at my setup here. We're running Pumpkin Duke, Frost Witch, Shaman, which I will get into more detail on those two and why I choose to use those two. Ninja, I have him for DPS. If you guys are unfamiliar with that term, DPS, that means damage per second. And Druid out front tanking. Now guys, keep in mind, just because they're facing you doesn't mean that Pumpkin Duke is, no matter where you put him on the board, is going to be there. It's directional. So if we back out of here and we say we're going to go create one, we come down here, starting down on the bottom, that Pumpkin Duke is going to be in the back and Druid is going to be in the front. You always want to keep Pumpkin Duke in the back, that way as he's coming up he doesn't catch all the aggro and die, because obviously right now he is the most important hero in this setup. We'll go take a look at all these heroes. And you see he's not real high. 105, 5/9 Celebrate, 105 Berserk. Definitely, in my opinion, the 2 best talents you could possibly have for him is a high Berserk or a high Revite. I would definitely take, if you're getting lower, 2, 1 of 5, 2 of 5, something of that nature. Maybe even 3 of 5. I typically prefer Berserk over Revitalize. But if we're talking 4 or 5 of 5, definitely Revitalize. But for me, I can roll more Pumpkin Dukes than I can roll a 5 of 5 Revive talent. Okay, moving on here. Druid. He's just a 4/9, 1 of 5 Revive. Great talent for Druid. He dies, comes back with his healing powers. He could heal himself to full life. Very possible. And looking at my Ninja here, one of the reasons why I use him, obviously, we see very high damage, 400% on his proc. And also I have the 5 of 5 slowdown, which slows down the movement of the person. Doesn't slow down the actual attack, meaning the guy attacking you. It's the attack speed, the movement of the guy. So don't get that confused there. Alright, Shaman. Reason he's great for the boss. This guy here, definitely with that heavy blow, definitely a boss talent. Not effective in the mesas, guys, because we all know he cannot be stunned, so heavy blow is kind of irrelevant there. But we're looking at him, and he reduces target attack by 42% for 6 seconds. Now, most of the time on the heroes that you're seeing nowadays, that, for example, Ares has a 7-second cooldown, and the dragon, I believe it's 3 seconds, something like that. And the reason they have that cooldown is so if Pumpkin Duke is going and stacking and stacking and stacking, that this hero just cannot continuously proc. And when they made these, I think they were kind of overlooked, because looking over here at Frost Witch, dealing 230% damage, but the important part is reducing attack speed. As far as my knowledge, she is the only hero that right now that reduces attack speed by 17% for 6 seconds. And this is only 3 and 9, guys. 17% for 6 seconds. You get Pumpkin Duke stacking. This is another one that's going to stack. And that's when you're going to see his axe moving really, really slow. Great heroes, guys. To be honest with you, when this new game mode came out, I wasn't too thrilled about having to level my Frost Witch and my Shaman. But if you want to succeed in Mesas, this is something that's absolutely necessary.
And now, for the main event, Mesa 2.
Mesa 2, guys, I've been running this setup for a couple weeks now and getting it at 100%. And here's the setup. We have 4 PDs. And if you push over here on the left side where you see the heroes, that's actually the added might of the 5 heroes of each player. And if you touch on each individual hero, each player, you could see how they have everything set up. I didn't know if that was something you guys knew. Going in here, real simple. And I was actually surprised when I was shooting this video. Dan hopped on. I haven't seen him on in 2 months. He's actually, I think he's ranked like in the top 20 on HBMs. It was his first time back in a couple months, so it was a pretty cool video, pretty fun playing with him. All right, guys, moving on here. This is another setup. This is with 3 Pumpkin Dukes. And what we're doing here is we're running the 2 strong on the top, 1 in that bottom corner. Sid there, the one that's kind of playing in the middle, he's sacrificing without a Pumpkin Duke, as you can see. And this, guys, if there's people on your guild, there's no reason that people without Pumpkin Duke shouldn't be limited to only doing Mesa 1. You need to help each other out and getting this done, because in all honesty, your guild's only as strong as your weakest player. And with the new stuff as far as guild activities coming out, flag battles, you want your guys to be strong, even though we all know that it really doesn't matter what you do. It all comes down to the last 15 minutes, which I feel is kind of silly. They need to break it up or do something different with it. Anyways, guys, as you'll see moving forward with this video, that we have no problem taking this guy out, and takes a little bit longer than normal, but it's to be expected. And what I mean by sacrifice, when he went in, he went up the middle there where all the bombs are, and took those out right away, so that way if any of the other guys came around, particularly Pumpkin Duke, the bombs would be gone or taken out before they do, because you need 2 to stack, but the third one's there ultimately for protection. They can be done with 2, but we need to have some really, really, really high heroes. And I'm going to speed the rest of this up and move on to the last part here, my favorite part, the 3-man Mesa 2. All right, Ranch, this is it. You obviously can see the setup here. And what we have here in the top right corner, we're going to have the guys split. And with the guys splitting here, we're going to have Pumpkin Duke, Druid, Frost Witch on one side, and Cupid and Snowzilla on the other side. And the idea is for Pumpkin Duke and those guys to head over there first, and the other 2 to come around and clean up the backside of it. And with having the 3 there, and I think in actually this particular video I do lose this Pumpkin Duke, but the idea is to get him going first, to get, I think, at least 2 procs off, so the other 2 stack. And coming down to the next side down here, the bottom left, same kind of setup, but this time I have Spirit Mage and Cupid there to fly in and start cleaning stuff up before the other guys come through. And on the last part here, the top left, I always put the strongest in that corner. You have the 3, which actually have a lot of HP, and you keep the 2, in my opinion, most important here with lower HP in the back to be protected, because you're going to come up and encounter that Pumpkin Duke, and hopefully Ares procs, or if not, can take the aggro from that before that Pumpkin Duke does proc. But continuing on, I do lose the Pumpkin Duke here from the very top right corner. As always, you know, when you drop your heroes, they don't go exactly where you had hoped they would. He actually pulls a druid and just kind of wanders all the way around the backside and comes up and ends up taking those bombs out. But by that point, definitely had a couple procs, and the two on the far left side come in and make it close to the same time and seal the deal. And I'll run one more here after this so you guys just don't think it was luck or a fluke. But I really hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe. I actually really enjoyed making this. Had a lot of fun doing it. So if you guys like to see specific things, if not, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe. I do plan on going into some merit badges, and then I'm starting to get some footage together of rolling heroes and what is, in my opinion, and what works the best. I mean, I have, 8 Pumpkin Dukes spread out between 4 accounts. So it seems to be working for me, at least. Thanks again, guys, and thanks for watching.